Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I want to brought you by is Minecraft. Minecraft Central is one of the greatest things that my boy came up with. I definitely support it because one of the things I'll tell you about when we talk about relationships on the show, one of the things I like to say, the healing factor is the hugest factor at the end of the show that I really want you to get out of it. Conversation rules the nation, but your mind and your mental health is where you need to be.
Yes.
And you join the class and understand mind strength behind words and confirmation. Don't want to give it all to you, but I want to tell you it enthused me to be a point of saying positive stuff every day. And that's where it starts, is when you get into this and you learn the simple fundamentals. And my man teach it quite well. So definitely check it out. It's on the website. Like it, share it, and it's going to be one of the things that's going to help you in life. And I'm just glad to be a part of my partner, Craft, that made up Minecraft.
Thank you, Jay, so much.
I tell you now, I got to get back to the same person that I'm talking about. The same person been rocking with me going on 7 years. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Doing fabulous, man. Fabulous.
You smiling, man. Is it because of the guest, or you?
I believe it is.
Nah, yeah. Hey,
Absolutely.
I ain't hating on you, dog.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We boys. I ain't mad.
I first want to say thank you for making Minecraft a sponsor today.
Oh.
It's my life's passion.
It is.
You know, I've been planning a lot of years to put this into play, and it's underway. And so I'm kind of like on the edge of, the wave where you just ride the wave the rest of your life. And so once I get this thing branded properly, I'm expecting people to come, and we got a lifetime of work to get done.
I know.
So excited about that. Also excited about our guest tonight.
Mhm.
We have Miss J. Monique in the house.
Oh, yeah, I said hope. Why not just
Yeah.
You gotta just say Jack.
I can't just say Jack.
Say the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Okay.
So Miss J. Monique is in the house. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing lovely. Doing lovely. It's good to be with y'all.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
I
Yes,
like that.
ma'am.
I like that.
Tell me about yourself a little bit. Where you come from, girl? Where you been?
Who your mama is?
Oh, look at mama.
Right.
Such and such child. I am straight from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Today.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And came in as a guest of our cameraman and our producer. And so we want to thank you for being here with us tonight.
Yes, we do.
Want you to
Glad to be here.
yes, and chime in wherever you may.
Yes.
Block is gonna get hot in a few minutes, but we got a little work to do. And by the way, how are you tonight, Smooth J?
I gotta take my hat off. It's gonna be hot. Oh man, I'm doing great, bro.
Yeah.
One of the things I can tell you, man, with just being inspired, it helps you change your mindset because I'm tired of the day-to-day complaining
Yeah.
and get back to where I want to be, and it's that A to B. So me looking at B, I stopped complaining about A. So some of the things that I was worried about, I'm not worried about no more.
Yeah.
So again, in today's time when money's starting to be stretched and people are starting to act crazy, it's not a time to act crazy. It's time to be more inventive.
Absolutely.
Tough time make tough people. So why are we crying about what we can't control and control what you can't?
Absolutely.
And let's make this work for us.
The first thing you say is being inspired, and how important that is in our lives. If you're not being inspired, you're probably in one form or another being diminished.
Mm.
You're probably looking down, and you're probably feeling down, and all you can probably see and expect is something that is beneath you. But when you're inspired, you finally look up. You finally look up, and you look at the top of the mountain, you look at your pathway, you look at the promised land, you look at your next step. But if you don't keep your head up, you're falling.
Mm.
It's the way this world works. Life is moving at 100 miles an hour. The average person, I would say, is moving at about 75 to 80 miles an hour, which means that most folks are looking down. And I have empathy for that because they don't know that they're looking down, number one. And so they've never been taught how to look up.
Okay.
And but that's one of the key components to my work in the world is I'm going to raise the consciousness of mankind and help them know that their power comes from within. And it doesn't come from out there on the outside, so that they have the power to move mountains. You know, if you believe you have the power to move mountains, more than likely you're looking up,
Talk to me.
right? And so we have to inspire people from the inside out. And that's what Mindcraft and active mindfulness and consciousness is all about. And would love to hear from you folks if you got, you know, comments or questions, if you want to participate in the class. It is a 3-hour class, and it is a dynamic class. It's almost like a class in life. Would you say, Jay?
I would like to say it's more, the 3 hours might scare you, but it's really engaging.
Very engaging. Yeah.
So I don't want nobody to hear the 3 and be like, that's just too long. Well, if you want to be a millionaire and you ain't willing to sit down and hear these 3 things for the 3 hours, you ain't never be a millionaire. Because it's getting your mind right.
Yeah.
Because you thinking about how to spend $1 million.
Yeah.
This is how to create
Yes.
millions of dollars.
There you go.
So
there you
yeah,
go.
sit through it, get enthused, and understand this is how you're gonna get there. It's just a roadmap.
It's just a roadmap, and ultimately it's mental tools, and that's the best part of it, because I'm going to give you something that you can use every day for the rest of your life, and that's inspiring you on high, right? Inspiring you to the nth degree, which is my work. That is a great way to introduce our show.
Yes, it is.
This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And of course, we got Jay Monique in the house. So many J's tonight. I can't get it right.
It's all right.
But
If
I
you
got
don't
a
say
J-
the whole, this remember JJ in there.
Yeah, I got a J to my left and a J to my right
That's
tonight.
right.
But we are here to inspire you with a fantastic dialogue. We're just going to sit here and chop it up on the subject. We hope that you can get involved from your seat, from right where you are. Find a way to grow as a result of being a part of this show. You know, hear our stories and our opinions and listen to the dialogue and pull some gravy out of it for your own life. Let it be a brick in your armor by the time you get done with this show. We always say we like it to be a little therapeutic, but, you know, Jay had the vision of Bar Talk, that you would go to a bar, and by the time you in the middle of your first drink, you start opening up and you start talking and you start letting go. That's what Bar Talk is all about. But we like to take it a little further, and we like to get deep underneath the surface of things so we can figure out what's really going on and how people really feel about the subject. So enjoy, participate from where you are. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Of course, we always start the show off with a prayer. And Jay, I didn't know you were ready for some.
Knock him out, bro.
Okay.
The world needed right now.
Let me go ahead and share our topic. We're talking about money, dating, and relationships tonight. Money, dating, and relationships.
You know how they go together, but okay.
I don't either. That's why we're going to ask the Lord to help us with this.
Yeah.
Shall
You
we?
all by our heads.
All right. Heavenly Father, we come to you right now just thanking you for all that you are. You are such a gracious God and a powerful God, and we thank you for being in our lives. We ask that you would be here tonight, Father, and help us to understand money, dating, and relationships. We have had misunderstandings, and we have not been able to see the right thing and to know and to learn how to manage a relationship and how to manage money as it relates to a relationship. But we're asking that you would give us wisdom and understanding and give us peace of mind about how to make these things work together. Be here and liberate our host and our guest. Allow us to speak this powerful word. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for that.
Yes, sir. And I believe he's going to answer the question.
It might not be through me, but yes, you gonna try tonight.
He gonna bless the tongues that's speaking on him.
Yeah, he's gonna bless us tonight. He's gonna
take over.
and you know, I want to do some old Minecraft, but I'm gonna just jump right in. Let's jump right in the show right here, Jay.
We still gonna get
Money, dating, and relationships. It seems as though that the two key things that break people up is money and communication.
I feel that.
And so now we're trying to come together with our significant others, with our special someones. We're trying to find love. We're trying to find we're trying to find companionship. And yet we keep running into these hurdles as it relates to money. and integrity, or money and being a helper, or money and being a taker, or money and I don't care that you just spent $1,000 yesterday, or money and you seem like you don't want nothing but my money, and it's just so many it's just so many tangled webs that we weave in this equation, right? It is kind of entanglement, right?
Yeah, that's Jacob thing. That's make up stuff.
Well, how would you start the show off, Jay? Money, dating, and relationships.
I don't even know how they transpire, because one of the things, the problem with money is you're chasing after something you don't even know how to get it. So again, if you're chasing after what somebody's saying and you don't understand the concept of getting it, really you're chasing a fantasy, and that's just like your relationships and everything else. That's why I say I don't understand how they compute. Because somebody gonna say, well, I need to know how much money you make before I date you. First of all, how much do you make? Because if I reverse it, you'll find out they're not even there. They're looking for something better than what they are. But you want something that you can't even achieve, but you want better. But you ain't doing better. The whole thing is, it gets confusing to me. It's no different than a person asks me about business. How can I be a successful business person? I say, well, you have to talk to them, because this one right here is still struggling to be. Okay. Because I don't got to lie to you to make you feel good. I'm just telling you it's not easy. Mm-hmm. So don't come over here because you don't want to work for him. Because if you ain't willing to work, coming over here, you ain't going to be doing good.
You got to be willing to follow
all day long. It's not always about jumping in there and just doing it, but it's also about having an understanding on how that product going to be and how people going to want to see it. Mm-hmm. But if you ain't got the vision and you ain't willing to do it, you just trying to be another lazy person that's out there trying to hope to be somebody without knowing how to be it. No different than a person chasing money, don't understand the concept of money. And that's why I said mentally, we not always there. I like to say society's throwing us out there too quickly with social media, making us all think that's how it should be. You got to have the fanciest cars. Don't have a car that you can't afford. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. So now you out here doing things that you can't keep going just for what? A fail. I don't want people to fail. I want people to be successful. Like when I met a rich guy and he had a Honda. You couldn't judge him by his car. His whole thing is, see, because y'all run out there and buy the most expensive things when I don't have to. My money makes money. That expensive car you paying and financial charges, mine pay for it.
Well, people feel like they have something to prove to everybody, to people that they don't even know.
Now, proving it is long term, not short term. Mm-hmm. I can go out there and buy all kinds of stuff, look glamorous as a mug, and be hurting on the inside. I'm pleasing and ain't pleasing myself. I would rather go slow roll and be happy along the way so I can live a joyful life, because you don't know when your life don't end. So just doing it for somebody else is a facade. Stop the facade and understand the happiness of getting it long term to keep it, compared to running out there and losing it when you could walk right next to people that can help you. And it doesn't have to be a bad walk. We want to be the front leader. Well, you got to understand, to be a leader, you also got to be a follower. You got to understand what the people need before you jump your behind out there. Everybody want to be in the front, but don't know where you're going. I mean, everybody ain't got GPS.
People are teachable nowadays.
They're not. But guess why?
Or coachable.
Well, even coachable. They still stuck in one place. And it's not always for you to coach somebody through. They have to accept. And everybody's not willing to accept that you got to work. When I say it at my job, when I say it to other people, you say that because you're the boss. I say that because I wasn't always the boss.
Okay.
But if I can get you to understand, you could be a boss. I don't care for you to just to work for me. I care for you to be the strongest person you can be. I'm a coach. But a coach ain't a good coach if you don't know the members. You don't know the players. You don't know where they're going. You don't know where they're good at. You got to know people all the way around to help guide them in certain directions. And they have to accept who you are and what you're trying to give them. That right there ain't easy. And that's why I failed a lot of times, and I had to fire some folks that they wasn't listening. And they thought I was going to keep putting up with it. Nope. And then half the ones I fired, it was never personal. Mm-hmm. It was business, and I never made it personal.
Okay.
And that way, when they come up on me, I get a little nervous. They be like, "Man, you remember me?" I was like, "What job? Waste management." I'll be like, "Yeah, you fired me." I was like, "Did you take it personal?" Just trying to see you. And they was like, "No, man,
yeah, I took it personal."
You know, because one of the things he said, "I fired."
Let me go home and tell my wife I ain't got no job.
You didn't come in. You didn't do your job. I put you into different things, right? But it was not just because I didn't like you or I had something against you. Never that.
But that comes in with relationships and money. You talk about you ain't doing your job. You gonna get fired.
You're gonna get fired.
You gonna get fired.
You base that back on what's gonna happen in relationship. I told you I don't always know how they course.
So watch this. Right? let me just tell you how it feels.
Okay.
This may not be reality, right?
Tell us, Crab.
It feels like women judge us by our money. And it feels like men judge women by their bodies and how they look.
Okay. Let's
And
just say
so-
that's fair.
And so we are each after each other for something,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, you know, you were born with beauty. You're gonna have that every day you wake up. But it takes hours and hours and hard works of intelligence to make this money that I spend on a daily basis for you. And after a while, your beauty keeps giving, but this money ain't wanting to keep giving. You know, I'm gonna need you to participate in the creation and the manifestation of this product and service. And if you don't, then it's almost like you become a taker.
Mm.
And so now, we can go have $10,000 vacations, but you got to understand the game, baby. We don't have those every day. We don't go have a $300 or $400 night out every day. And if you are continuing to expect that, and if you are judging me, you know, as a good guy to date, or as a good husband or a good partner because of how much money I spend on you, this relationship is never going to go anywhere.
Okay.
Right? And one of the problems that men face constantly is that women judge them by money. And, you know, I'm just going to say it how it's supposed to be said. That's some bullshit. You know, it doesn't make us feel good and valued. It makes us feel like we have to play the game to chase whatever we're trying to get. In most cases, we always trying to get some loving. They don't ever question the game. If you got it in front of a real man, he trying to touch you and do some heavy touching with you anytime and every time he can. But you're gonna establish this, you know, respect, and you know, I'm not doing that with everybody, and it takes some value, in order to get to know me and get to know my body, perhaps. But he's still waving on, I gotta do something. I got to do something for her. I got to take her out. I got to spend money. Tell me about this thing with money. How do women feel
I
about
feel like it comes off a false idealistic of what social media is bringing to the table, what these songs are rapping about, talking about, what females are talking about nowadays. And most of these rappers ain't even living it.
No.
They all got relationships. They all doing for their man in the background of the background.
Who you tell?
But us as consumers, we thinking, okay, well this is how we doing it. He gotta have money to mess with me, and this is how it's projected, and this is how they're taking it. Women are taking it nowadays, so they already have this false idealism of what they feel like a relationship should be. Like they dating a man whose tech bracket is nowhere near these rappers. Your man is not a rapper.
Right.
Okay. Your man is not making the money that Kanye is making. Okay.
He might make 100. He might even make $100,000 working for, you know, any other company, you know, a good company.
Exactly. I can't fly you out on a random Tuesday, girl. I don't have that money. You can't even do it yourself. How you expect me to do it?
Exactly.
So that's where dating in your tax bracket comes from. I feel like you need dating in tax bracket. Okay. You giving this man this false expectation that he cannot live up to.
But here's the thing: the man is never expecting money from a woman. He's not ever looking at a woman and saying, okay, how much you make, what kind of job you got, what kind of education you got. He's always looking for something much deeper than that.
That's true. But again, I'm not looking for money, but I want a person to understand managing money too.
That understand
Because
how
one
money
thing I can
works.
tell you, you might not make the money I make, but if you don't have the right mindset, you're gonna spend what I make. That's the opposite.
Right.
I can't have
Value money.
You're not gonna double what I make.
Value money.
I want you to add to the cause. And it ain't always bringing money. It's bringing ideas to make sure we can stay afloat. Because right now we're looking at tough times where there's going to be a lot of people that's flossing. They ain't going to be flossing probably by November. And if y'all want to hear a prediction, I just gave it to you. By November, if you faking the funk, 9 times out of 10, you not going to be in a position to fake no longer. So I need y'all to be stronger ahead of time. This might be a time that you got to move back. You might have to downsize. You got to do some wise things. Don't fall victim right now to being the Joneses and go out there and buy a truck you can't afford, a car you can't afford, or doing anything sporadic, because it's probably gonna come back and bite you in the behind. I don't want that. If you're dating extensively, going out, blowing money, this might not be the time. Okay, it's gonna be a better time to hold off because it's gonna be some great things and opportunities you're not gonna be able to be a part of. because you too busy flossing to keep somebody that probably won't stay with you anyway. They already know in the back of their head, you might be doing it now. I'm leaving your ass tomorrow. I don't like the disrespect. I don't like the rudeness. I don't like a whole lot of stuff about you. But keep on spending that money. And I ain't mad at them for sticking around for it. But then you're going to be the one that's sitting there on my phone. Jay, I don't believe she just left me. I seen that last time she was with you, bro. She was in her phone probably texting the other one. Because you were so busy thinking you the man and you flossing. And she already making decisions. Because again, you always showed a lot of lack of respect. Doing what the hell you want because you got money.
You live with that money. So
Yeah.
that's what they expect. And once that money
And when you
comes,
stop,
it's real.
Yeah.
and that's why
Listen,
I really feel like in a lot of relationships, we need to back up. That's
I've
why I
had
say,
women tell
when
me
you
that.
broke, I ain't saying you just don't date. Get yourself together. And that way, as you get yourself together and somebody run into you, it's not about money. It's about, I'm getting myself together because of X, Y, Z. I don't have to tell you what I make, but understand I got a plan on making more. And then she can tell me her plan. And at that point, we can see if we're going in the same direction or not. I see couples that ain't going nowhere. And they mad. How you going to get mad when you let them leave? You ain't even know where it's going. That's crazy to me. Because to me, I'm not going to get with a woman that ain't going nowhere.
But women ain't really dating like that anymore.
too. I mean, I was just going off the record.
It's more of a we done got together and kind of fell into this situationship because it ain't a relationship.
Well, we gonna talk about that.
situationship.
That right there is a ship probably going nowhere. Because my whole thing is when you get together, I always say get together with the knowledge of knowing where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. Not saying he gonna get you there or not. Because again, if we're gonna go on a ride, can I go in the direction I want to go? Because I'm not gonna turn my ship around for you, knowing where I know I want to go, and you know that's not where you want to go. But then you get mad later on because you thought you was gonna reform him, change him when he was clear on where he was gonna go. It's a big word for a lack of thought of knowing when a person is being honest. Now, one of the things I gotta say, he had to be honest on the upfront. It don't work, and when you're lying and finessing and trying to lead somebody where you don't know. Now, I ain't gonna lie about them. Them right there, we're gonna talk about it at a later time. We're gonna talk about the ones that's direct. I know where I'm going. I'm telling you where I'm going, and you know that ain't where you want to go. But he got great ideas. He got some things behind him. I can just ride, knowing it ain't where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you setting yourself up, and then you battered in the mud on Facebook, telling everybody about a person that shouldn't be told about. He shouldn't even be mentioned because you knew you was the fool.
Well, women deal with a lot being with a man just for the money.
Well,
They do.
They will deal with a lot just being with a man just for that.
Yeah, he can be missing, and he can maybe not treat you as well, and
He be messing with other women.
the other women, and he might stop doing some of the nice things he used
which
to do.
make you devalue yourself. That's misery. That's why I said we're holding over money over understanding what I want to be, and that's why I said sometimes you gotta give up the money to understand that's not for me. You know, but if a person sees something in you, and that's what I feel a lot of women can, they have the ability to see the greatness into a person before they even become great. Now at that point, I owe you dedication to what you've seen that God gave you an eye that I didn't see. So let's work this for we can be great together. Then I'm not worried about half. I'm not worried about losing nothing because I got the best jewel next to me.
Yeah, well,
Because they see it in me.
about dating a woman because of their money.
That
That's
ain't-
not what y'all are really looking for.
I'm looking for that person that can see in me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm gonna make it. I'm not worried about what she see it in me.
Yeah,
It makes me get up and make sure she okay before I can go do what I need to do. And then we're making it together because she see it in me. That's why I don't see nobody else like I see her. Because when I wake up next to her. Not all these others that's coming after the riches and the jewels.
Yeah, that's what these females are not really.
I want that one right there because she was down with me before.
They
She
been on
seen
first
it.
dates hands out already.
Oh, they're like,
Girl,
and then wonder why I don't go
I
nowhere.
don't even,
They ain't
I don't even know that. Damn, you want me to pay your what? Your rent?
Right?
Who was
You
paying
want
it?
it right?
Who was paying it before me?
Where they do that at? Pay
Sugar
rent?
Daddy George.
They pay rent? You know, I can see paying rent if I was gonna be a married cheater, and you know what I'm saying, I wanted to hook my side chick up so she'll always be in place when I need her to be in place. Because I got,
Sugar
you know, I mean, think about it. That's how a lot of money is being used. That's how a lot of people are, you know, that's why a lot of women would date these married men because, you know, they get gifts and fringe benefits and they ain't got to perform on a daily basis, you know.
So they have to make a choice.
Yeah, side chicks are doing quite well. You know what I'm saying? If you in that program, but I wouldn't encourage that. I don't think that's a part of righteousness.
But they ain't like we saying something that ain't true.
So how do you treat money in dating? Do you participate in buying the dinners and going out to the movies, or do you always expect him to do that?
I don't expect it. Well, me personally, I don't expect it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you will do it, that's him. With the men I date, don't even want me to touch a bill.
Okay.
Which is fine. But I like to treat my man too.
Okay.
You call me a simp all day. But baby, you treat me right, I want to treat you even better.
Yeah.
So I can see the
I
best
wanna
you.
pay for dates. So I wanna buy you gifts. I wanna do the same thing that you're doing for me. People don't like to reciprocate what is given. It's more like take.
Right.
Right there, y'all.
And that
Share, pass, give to everybody. Because right there, that's what we need in dating today. Now, a lot of y'all gonna be like, she just saying that.
Oh no.
I think you're an attractive person that's saying the real what you want. Mm-hmm. And that's what this show is about. Just being honest about what you want. Everybody ain't about that. Everybody was like, oh, he got to pay for everything. Listen, keep that over there. Okay? Y'all, if you make it in life, you did good. I like to see the real person is the person that ain't worried about what everybody else says. It's about how you treat me.
Oh, definitely. They're going to be on here coming.
That's
Misha.
What? It might come for you, but Jay got your back, girl. Jay got your back. I'm ready to defend you because again, that's what help relationships.
But I can't say what your mama say. You get more bees with honey.
Okay,
yes,
man.
All day, every day. So let's take this to a committed relationship conversation.
Okay.
How do you manage money?
With a committed relationship?
Yeah. Let's say you can say you're already married, or you can say you're just about to get married. But how should couples manage money? How should couples deal with money issues? Should they have two different bank accounts and they both put in for the the bills, and then if whatever's left, you keep your stack, I keep my stack? Should they all put it in one big thing?
I'm gonna give it to you
I can speak on my end, but I'm gonna let him speak on his end for you.
My end is real simple. I'm gonna tell you that's gonna be a conversation that I hope we will have early on.
Okay.
Because one of the things I can tell you, that's going to be a consideration of how we want to do it. That's our plan. That's not the world plan. It's not one plan for everybody. It's going to be up to the individual to figure out which way works best for us. Because we already got a thought of what we're going to be if we're married. And if we got these thoughts, because these conversations should have been had, but we should have never been married. Mm-hmm. Once we get married, we need to work the plan. So if it's two bank accounts, and whatever way you're going to be taken care of, because to me as a committed man, I am to provide. That's not mean you don't have to work. That means we need to have conversations.
So listen,
if you're working, we're working for a goal that we both know we're working for, not an individual doing it separate.
Listen,
that's not marriage.
All that's great, but that's idealism because it's not happening, and it hasn't happened for years. People are not having that conversation. That's why the money issues are coming up, because they didn't talk about that.
But they need to have it.
They need to.
In my dating strategy, I learned to just put everything up front. We need to talk about this while we're dating, because I need to get to know the person that you are. I need to know what you want to do with your future.
Yeah.
Because why I'm gonna keep going if we're not aligned.
Right.
Yeah.
And you might be stronger than me. You might be a more thoughtful person with money than I am. Now, to me, a lot of men say I can't let a woman do anything. See, that's the problem, because if it's your woman, it's your woman, and if you got to make sure you make that shit make it to shore. That's why you got different divisions. If she good with money, you got to be able to relinquish it and understand it's a trust. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why you got so much separate. I don't want her to know what I got. See, there you go. That's a distrust. And that's what you put out there when you keep saying these different accounts.
That may be a real distrust, though. Like, we have to take a look at what the individual is looking at.
Okay.
I look at Berkeley bags. I look at Red Bottoms. I look at, $200 lunches that, you know what? I don't spend my money like that. If that's how you want to do, our family can't really afford to get out like that, but you doing it. So now I'm going to have to protect myself in this relationship.
So
see, just because we
in the
married.
dating phase, that she was materialistic.
Well, and I had to learn it the hard way because I was trying to be. I even helped to buy a couple of bags. You know what I'm saying? I even pitched in a little bit. But now I'm starting to realize that maybe that's a weakness of yours or a sickness of yours, and it could be for the guy. You know what I'm saying? He spend money like, you know, he'll go out one night and, oh baby, I'm sorry, I spent $500. $500 on what? What the hell you spent $500 on?
Right.
You know what I mean? You supposed to just had a couple of drinks and bought you a meal, maybe $100. But he done bought the bar and you know you know. I had to buy him an extra brim when he was on the way. You know what I'm saying? Stopped by this store and you know he spent $125 on a hat.
But
You
this
know
is
what I
where
mean?
the money management come from.
Exactly. But if you are in a relationship with someone who you may not know it at first, but you'll discover it over time that this person may not do right by the money. And so you got to find a way to protect it. And let me tell you, I've seen women, numerous women in the car business who would not co-sign for their own husband. And the reason is because their husband don't pay his bills. The husband don't do the right thing with the money. And now she's decided that, okay, I love him to death, but I'm not going to share money with him. He going to make his money, I'm going to make my money, or, you know, here's how we're going to do it. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to put myself in a foreseen valley because of his bad behavior and bad decisions.
Okay. That goes along with learning your partner. So I feel like if you want to be in a committed relationship, or I say a marriage, I feel like you should have multiple bank accounts. Like you need one for you need one for each other, and if you have a business, y'all need a business account. So you need about 3, 4.
Yes.
Because I might want to do something for you for your birthday, and I don't want to dibble and dab in the us account,
Right.
Because I don't want you to know. So you need
Right.
to have money for yourself in the case of emergency. What if he lacking somewhere?
Yeah, and I might do something just for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I need my own
And that
money.
is,
You know, yeah.
speak your own money. I can't complain about your own money that
Yeah.
you're spending.
Listen, I was walking through the mall a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
I was really there just doing research on the environment and the people and da. And this young lady got a hold of me and pulled me over to her cart, and I was almost about to buy some $90 socks. And they were sweet though, boy. They were lifetime pair of socks. You know what I'm saying? Now wait.
If not, they gonna need to hold their socks for that.
But here go the thing. If I would have decided I really wanted them socks, I just want to be able to buy me a $9 pair of socks. True. I might decide I want to buy me a $200 toothbrush tomorrow. Like there are things that we all want in our personal life, and we work hard. We should be able to get them, and we should not have to deal with being antagonized by someone who don't manage their money that well. Maybe they don't make as much money. Maybe they're da. You know, there's all kinds of reasons and rationales, but I do believe that everyone should kind of have their own individualized space when it comes to money.
Because people value things differently.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Like I definitely spent $500 on some hair, but look at some shoes and be like,
Yeah.
$700 is a lot.
Now, see, we can love you for that. You know what I'm saying? We can appreciate that. But if you be like, girl, I got my hair done, I got to get them shoes. That's the woman who be like, nah, goddamn, you
Right.
pull out them old bells, you got it.
We're gonna
Let's make
have some
them
fun.
work, you know?
Because you also can be judgmental. Because I met somebody that I seen with a high dollar bag, and you be like, man, she looked for the money. Just understand, some people model, and some people give things to people to model.
Yeah.
So again, she never had to pay anything, but again, she gonna sport what she gotta sport. She gonna do what she gotta do, because you don't know everybody's situations and how they did it. You just assume, and I think that can hurt you too.
Yeah.
Secondly, you got that person that push money away from you because they want to make sure if you leave them, they good. They don't never want to be in that situation where they struggling, and so they take. So
And what that says is long before the money, there's really a trust issue.
it is. And these are the things that hurt the most because you didn't anticipate it, you didn't know, and then when you find out, they are looking after themselves when it's a unit. And separate accounts. Yeah, I'm just saying that. I know I have a lot of people, but again, it's not a great conversation to have. But people want to have it at the end when we really need to be having it while we're
up front. You need to have people
to.
need to get more comfortable with having uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think that what I did was bad, because I did probably what many husbands will do, especially it is true that a lot of times women are good money managers.
okay.
And so and I got married.
Mhm.
I trusted her. I wanted to show her that I trusted her,
Mhm.
and especially as we were building our young marriage. And so I brought the check home and gave it to Mama.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mama showed that, you know, she had excellent credit, and she helped me build credit,
Mm-hmm.
and she paid the bills, and she managed the bills, and as long as I brought that front money in, everything was gravy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until years that I realized that sometimes the budget felt like it was crunched. And I never could figure out, because I didn't bother to go into books and look at it, you know, with distrust. I trusted her. But come to find out a few years later that she had been paying double on some of her bills, and some of my bills might not get taken care of. And come to find out that, you know, there was money being set aside. And when I bring a check home, I need that check to last through 2 pay periods.
Mhm.
Don't let me bring a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 check home and you're asking me for money inside of 60 days, you know. Because, you know, we ain't got that many bills. You know, we ain't take but about $3,000 to make this family work. You know what I mean? Even with a baby and formula and all that other shit. So oftentimes I used to wonder, like, what's going on with the money, man? Did I spend too much money here? And then when I figured out that was happening, what I did was immediately I separated my business from the family. And so I might keep $10, $12, $15,000 reserved in the business account and not release it over to the family until it was time for those monthly bills to be paid. Because what she would want to do is go and spend the money up quicker than it would last.
Mm-hmm.
But when I bring that money in, I'm like, okay, shit, I got 90 days of just, you know what I'm saying? The pressure's off. You know, I don't have to have no big sales, or I can get up late a couple times or whatever. But when you spending the money a little faster than it's supposed to, it keeps me on the chase. And I don't know if that happens in normal and average relationships, but when you want to make the change, that's when the problem starts.
You're trying to change.
Yeah. So it's been going this way, but now I want it to go a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want my own account. I want my check to come to my account. I want all the, benefits to be paid out of this. And so now you're starting to create separation. And that's what happens so often in relationships is that money causes the separation.
They not on one accord.
They're not on one accord.
We need to talk about this when we first start, because we need to go over finances together.
We do. But
when we paying bills, I'm gonna let my man know, regardless if people want to hear it or not. Look,
and that's a problem.
This is what we spend. We're gonna spend this, and this on this. Okay, I'm letting you know. This is what they
keep on sure you did it.
I'm telling you. So you don't have no room to say.
See, that's good.
We over it together. We
Yeah.
going breaking it
Last
down,
night you
baby.
bought 4 bottles for your boy.
No, we are
we
breaking
spent
it down.
$3,000.
But it looked like $350 is missing from yesterday. So what you do? Okay.
And my ex-wife did that.
I just want to put it down, and I'm gonna tell you. Look, I done spent this much on girls' nights. This is what happened.
Yeah.
So
See, I would get in
go
trouble
easy.
about how much you spent for lunch today. I spent $20 on lunch. Okay. And maybe it was like $22.50 and I left a tip. So now it's like $26, $27.
Mhm.
And so she would look at the bank statement or go on the computer or whatever, and she was like, wait a minute, you didn't spend $20, you spent $26. I said, okay. Well, that matters. And I oftentimes I'm like, well, we got plenty of money to cushion that. Like, are you just being controlling, or are you being a little picky? And so now I don't want to. Don't talk to me about money.
Yes, wait.
Listen, potentially she was nitpicking, but I know that she was a detail-oriented person.
Mm-hmm.
She was a person that managed accounting books. She was a person that managed the taxes. She likes the numbers to be on point, and I might not give a damn if they're inside or outside of $100.
Mhm.
But when you're a wife managing a household and maybe ends get tight sometimes, that $6 could get us a drawn check, And I got that. I tried to open up to the fact that, hey, everybody has a leader. And so she's my leader in our family money. We'll bring these checks home.
But she knew you wasn't that detailed,
Right.
so she shouldn't
Right.
expect that from you. If she's the detailed one, she should expect what she expects from her, and not that from you, because then she could look back at the books and be like, okay, he said $20, but I'm finna go look to see how much it really is.
Right.
We
And
got
that's-
apps nowadays. You don't have no
Right.
excuse not to just go
right.
look at the
And
bank.
we didn't quite have apps, but we was able to get it online.
And when you're talking about $6 compared to $600,
Woo.
yeah, but
you that's throwing numbers off.
But you
$6 ain't gonna throw
you,
nothing
you,
off.
you make, you know, you make 5 purchases and you're $10 off on each purchase. It
Yeah,
can start.
it does add up.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
I get that.
You know,
she see
if
it.
she know you're not that
Right.
detail oriented, double check.
Right.
I'm a double check.
Right. And she did double check. It was almost like somebody chasing behind me though. It didn't feel good all the time. You know what I mean?
Now, crap.
but-
Did you have that conversation with her though?
No, I didn't.
Now see, there you go.
But see, the reason I didn't have a conversation is because I knew the person who I'm trying to bring the argument to. And so I, you know, on
How
any
you feel
given
now?
day, I didn't want to bring that shit up. Let me just.
How you feel now? Think about the relationship where it went. You
But
didn't do
but listening to you, how you're considering her feelings, I didn't want to bring it up every
it.
time.
Mhm.
She didn't have to bring it up every time. She know her men not that detail oriented. Why are you bringing it up every time? That's what
Right.
the women don't want to
Right.
look at that either because
So-
it was no need for you to. You considering her feelings. She need to consider
Still
yours.
yours.
So,
There's no need to bring it up every time if you know he not like.
so that means she was nagging
she
me.
was nasty.
Yes.
Now she was
But
nitpicking.
I'm gonna
Yes.
be real serious.
She was picking on
She
me?
was picking on you, friend.
Yeah. And she played you like
she
a
was
fiddle.
being naggy.
She plays like a small
That's a
girl.
form of manipulation in a sense.
Mhm.
See, that's why the Lord made me get rid of her.
Oh,
All
right,
And he made me. I'm telling you.
You had
He
to
threw me
find.
down with
You had to
handcuffs
go back
and
to
put
that.
me in the back of the car and said, "You ain't never coming back here again." Right? That's
You
how
made
it
that
worked.
decision totally on his own.
Watch this.
Definitely.
Watch this.
But one of the things I want to say is I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm glad you talked on it because there's somebody who might be hurting right now that need to hear that. They might be getting picked on, but it's a conversation need to be had. And I know we try to refrain
Perhaps.
from arguing. We try to refrain from being negative.
Yeah.
But some things we tolerate too long and too much.
And watch this. Once we done tolerated it too long and too much, now it's time for a separation, a breakup. It's time to get rid of this shit. It's time to make a serious stop. And when that happens, it seems like the person who said they liked you, they loved you, they wanted to be with you forever, it seemed like they may not even be your friend on this day. It seems like now they want to fight you. They want to get a lawyer and they want to take all that you got and they want to destroy you and they want to cause you pain and cause you hurt. They want to take all your money and tie it up in court and they don't want you to be successful and they don't want you to be prosperous and they want the money to not work for you. Money will change people big time, especially at the end and after a relationship.
You ain't never lied.
Right? And it's a hardship, and I don't know that we've provided a whole lot of solutions here tonight. You know,
I like to say you named something that was really key. A lot of time, money don't change you. Money just lets you show you.
it shows the real
Shows the
you.
real you.
It does.
So-
It does show the real you.
But you can find that out in a female early. Like, don't make that woman your woman until you know.
Yeah, you're right.
You
You're right.
need to let that damn phase ride for a little while.
Yeah.
Because a person can only pretend to be a certain person for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is the multifacetedness of what we need in terms of, you know, collaboration with a person. They might fall short on this, but they oh so good at this, you know, and they might make up for the fault that they don't know that they have, that they keep getting on my nerves. They might make up for it every single day with the gift or the talent or the skill or whatever they bring to the table. So it's that give and take in the relationship that we have to be open to, that
Right.
I'm not going to be happy with some things. And that was part of the other reason I didn't bring it up, because I was like, you know, she really does a fabulous job. I don't want to disrespect her. I don't want to demean her. You know what I'm saying? She's a ride or die. I don't need to cause a situation where she feel like I might not trust her. And so I didn't bring it up, right? I just lived with it. There were other things that she brought to the table that were truly gifts. You know, she was my ride or die. She was my wife. You know what I'm saying? And we, you know, had a lot of fun, and we raised kids together. And you know, I tried to do all the extras that I could for her. And she wasn't a materialistic person, you know. But in the end, the money got real sour. Like she, you know what I'm saying, she wanted to destroy me. you know,
Yeah.
like I couldn't eat a meal.
Yeah.
You know that's that. But that happens often.
We
You know?
both divorced, so we both been through it.
We both been through that.
And my ex-wife was materialistic.
Mm.
She went to the store. She didn't just buy for her.
Right.
Man, my kids
I like
were just so I was about to jack them.
Yeah,
She cooked them up, me up, and her.
I love it.
And
Love it.
that's the one fair thing that I wanted to get mad because it came out of my account.
Right.
And I'll be like, really, you spent this money? But it was on sale. She said that so much. I said, next time something on sale, don't get nothing.
Bargain time.
She bargained all the time.
My dad used to tell me, he said, Junior, you gonna go broke saving money.
Yeah. She said, well, look how much I saved. That ain't what we needed to spend.
Yeah.
So it became a hurdle. And it's like with you, it made me work a little harder
Yeah.
because she did keep us fly, and she was trying to save compared to where everybody else was spending, but she didn't understand it was just being a lot of spending. And when it got to a point where we wasn't looking at each other eye to eye, it's like, well, since you gonna be at work and you act like you ain't gonna be here, you gonna pay for this.
Yeah.
And it became
But-
more of a bad
You
thing.
know what?
But overall, she was my ride or die too. And that's one thing I can say. Once you got one of them, understand the hurt on both sides before we castrate and talk about somebody, because I really got to say,
Yeah, that's
there's
right.
nothing bad to say. It is just a misunderstanding that was deeper because we did not have great conversations that we should.
Yeah. Watch this.
Communication is key.
Is the key. I remember one time I was a young man
Mhm.
and my mom went out and bought this dress and my dad was like, you buying more clothes? And my mom was like, boy, don't I keep you laced in gravy every day? You got rice and ham hocks and green beans and fresh vegetables. You taking them to work every day. You think that don't take time to buy that stuff and prepare for you? Yeah, I bought me a dress today. And my dad was like, all right.
Okay, yeah. Hey, Graham. First time I feel for you. I said, you see how much you spent? You know, I cook for you every day. You know, I keep this house clean, and I did it. And it was it. Okay, I say that ain't a bad.
Yeah. Do they got a blue one too?
Like what we do here is a job.
Right.
It's a job in a sense.
But
Listen, we have to close this show. We are out of time here.
we're just having so much fun.
I know. Let's wrap it up. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. We got another Jay in the house.
Yes.
It's Jay Monique.
Yes.
I want to thank you for being here with us tonight as well.
Always invited back.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
absolutely.
I might have to come in.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
We want to thank you folks for being here with us. We hope you have enjoyed the show.
Yes,
It's
yes.
just our way to be leaders here in the community. There was a lot of rich dialogue here, and if you're in the dating scene at all, you're going to deal with some of these money issues. We
Yes.
hope you grew. We hope you learned something. We hope that it was kind of fun and entertaining at the same time. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8 Facebook Live, and you can find us on many and just about all the other platforms.
Yes.
Please like, share, subscribe, tell all your
Tap
friends
in.
and family. Yes.
All day.
And come and join us. Bring your friends back to join us. We got hundreds of shows on fabulous topics. We do this all for you. Never forget, folks, that we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.